sån och sprit.
Nu har I set det der kamera, der står der, så ikke er flat.
Αλλά θα πούμε κάτω. Για. we see her coming. I'm here at home.
Sån där är snyggt. Vad sådana snyggt.
Hi, this is Jonathan. Welcome back from hiking in the Samaria Gorge on Crete in Greece. In this section I will show you the route and give you some planning advice and things to consider if you want to do this trek yourself. First of all, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it ultimately enables me to go out and do more of these treks and videos to share with you. I'm also very thankful for any feedback you might have. If you either liked or didn't like something, please comment below. The same goes for any questions related to this hike. I always answer all of the comments I receive. So, this hike is located on the Greek island Chania. When arriving at the airport, it took about half an hour to get to the town of Chania. And to reach the trailhead of Samaria Gorge from there, you need to take a bus early in the morning. So there are a lot of different bus operators that take tourists to the trailhead from Chania, and some of the larger hotels outside of Chania as well. We were able to book seats on one of these tourist buses via our hotel the evening before departure, so odds are you might be able to do so as well. Other options include renting a car or taking a taxi, but that would be a more expensive option. Our bus departed 6 AM in the morning and we arrived at the Trailhead at 8 o'clock, together with a few other buses. So I'm not sure if all bus transfers do this, but we had a stop along the way where we were able to have breakfast before setting off on the hike. When starting out on this trek, there were a lot of tourists, so it was packed. We were hiking in a moderate speed, I would say, but even so, we blazed past the crowds in about an hour, so it doesn't take long until the crowds are manageable. Although, finding ourselves completely alone on the hike was rare. It is, after all, a very popular hike, so be prepared for that. We started off hiking downhill, zigzagging our way through the crowds, looking down in this valley with some mountains around it, very beautiful. After coming down, it was a bit of a forest walk until about 1/3 of the hike when it started to open up. Midway, there was a rest place where there are trash cans that will be emptied, actual toilets, and yeah, this is the place where most people stayed for a lunch break. And we got some company from the ibex goats that I assume are being fed by tourists, but it's actually something you shouldn't do. One thing to point out is the whole hike is a no drone zone, so if you're planning to capture some drone footage of this hike, don't do it. They have rangers stationed on post throughout the whole hike to make sure you don't, and one of the reasons is because the gorge is inhabited by rare birds such as the griffon vulture. After the lunch stop, the gorge starts to open up. It's very beautiful, but you don't have any shade, so bring that sunscreen or end up like a ginger cookie. Coming out of the gorge, you walk an additional 2 to 3 kilometers to get to a nice beach by a small town called Agia Roumeli. So you can eat an early dinner here before heading back. We took a swim and we stayed a few hours before taking the ferry back up north, where a bus waited for us to take us back to our hotel. This seemed to be the way a lot of people handle the logistics of the hike. There were maybe 15 other buses waiting when we arrived with that ferry. So if you miss it, there is no road connecting back to the start of the trailhead. So in that scenario, you would have had to stay at a hotel in Agia Roumeli and catch the ferry the day after. To sum up the experience, the hike is 16 kilometers long, starting at an altitude of 1,250 meters above sea level. But it's descending down, 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 gradually all the way to the actual sea. So it's a fairly easy hike without any noteworthy ascensions. The descents are usually bad on the knees, I would say, but this one was so gradual we didn't feel any aches throughout the hikes. The second half of the trek was by far the most spectacular section, with gorge towering up on the sides of the trail. There was one spot in particular where it was only 4 meters wide, with walls on each side towering up, so that was very cool. Another plus with the trail was that it was easy to follow. It honestly seems impossible to get lost on this hike. The drawbacks of the hike is its popularity, I would say. It's extremely crowded, which takes away the feeling of natural wilderness, as well as the logistics getting to and from the trail. We spent around 4 to 5 hours getting to and from the trail with buses and the ferry. Other than that, it's an easy and enjoyable hike with some interesting rock formations along the way. That's it for this time, and again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it ultimately enables me to go out and do more of these hikes and videos to share with you. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.